I wonder if I have sound. Because I think I don't have sound. Do I have sound? I don't have sound. That's what happens when I don't restart my computer. Bumpy McSqueakums has lied to me. I will put it in the record or on the record. I don't know. It's either in or. I'll put it on the record that Bumpy McSqueakums has lied to me, and he said that not restarting your computer is good. Well, it isn't, because now I don't have sound. It isn't. I promise you it isn't. I mean, I have some. You can hear my voice. Or at least you should, because I see my little green bar going up and down and then becoming yellow and red at the top. It's all thing, but the problem is the game doesn't have sound. And it's a good thing I checked. Because I usually don't check. I don't check. Let's see if it fixes it. I have sound! Boom, boom, boom. Welcome to the stream, everybody. My head is a little bit too high. Is it a little too high? Nah, it's okay. I think. Num, 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 num. It was, no, the frame rate is good. I'm a little bit on the delayed side of my mouth, I think. I might be wrong about that. I don't know. I never know. I can't test it. I mean, I can. I have the machine. I can test. Look at the machine that I have. It's a machine. It's a line mixer. It's gonna ruin everything because it's got amplification. And you know when it has amplification, it ruins all things. What were we doing? We were just going around the. Well, I can just be here and hang out with. This is a lovely place. This is really good. I like the art direction. But yeah, I have a machine here that will allow me to diagnose my sound whenever I want it. All I need to do is turn some knobs. There we go. Perfect. Another way to test it would also be to just turn on my cell phone. Vagey. That is me reading your commentary. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Welcome on in. How is Harry doing? I have a bunch of clutter in my desk, but we're good for Vegas, baby. We're good, because we're... Oh, my weapon is all broken. That is bad news. Because we're going around... No, we're getting out of here. We are going on a journey. We need to clear out the whole area. There's a few locations in here. I don't know where they are, but there are a few locations. We haven't been to all of them. Oh, it's a lovely day. Okay. Have we not been to all of them? Let's try this one. The innovative toxins thingy. Harry do what Harry does equals drinking. Responsibly, hopefully? I don't know. Is it responsibly, Harry? I don't know what the range is on my visibility kind of thing. I don't know what that was. But we don't think about it. Does my face cover? My face does not cover. My face does not cover. And we will continue exploring. Have we explored everything? Oh my god. Why must I suffer so? Why must I suffer so? I suffer. I suffer so. So let's go over there. We're just going around the map because if we have explored everything, and I do believe we have. Hey. Then we're just gonna finish the DLC. That's what we're about to do. Tassie, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Hopefully everybody's doing well today because we're finishing the old world blues immediately. At least I'm not drinking from random water fountains on infested space stations like someone I know. Look at that. We have indeed We have indeed been everywhere. I'll be damned. I'll be damned. I didn't even notice. I don't think I did. Because we streamed this last Tuesday, right? I think that's where I'm going. Yeah, that is where I'm going. We've been everywhere. And let's go back to the Forbidden Zone. And in fact, explore the interior of the Forbidden Zone. Oh no, we have not been everywhere. The map has lied to me. What? What? Oh, no, what the hell? Just... Why must I suffer so? Why must I be the objective... The object, I should say. I'm just trying to see things. Oh, get out of my face. You! Why? There is... There it is. You see that, right? Minimap. Location unexplored. You see that, right? Look at that. Gone. What? What? Mysterious cave. What? What is this location? It is a mysterious cave. For many reasons. I'll take the cave fungus, thank you. I'm erring you an echo. I was saying what a lot, wasn't I? That's what you're referring to. I don't know what this is. What in the world? Right. It shoots at me with the thing that oh, it's a laser. It's a laser. It's a laser. It shoots a laser. Why does it shoot a laser? Slaxy, welcome to the stream. How's it going? The beard thieves have stolen my hair as well. Yes, they have. It was the good weird beard thieves though. The one that I had. It's my actual good one, good trimmer, not the other one that was crappy that did this thing. Why is there a laser fly? No laser flies. It's a legendary bloat fly. Well, please come here then. Why are you injured? Thank you. Thank you, Slaxy. I don't get it. Why don't you come for me? Okay, the lasers don't do much damage, but I'm not gonna get you up there. Oh, the lasers do a lot of damage, yes. What in the world? How did I die so much? How did I die this fast? Hey. That's not okay. Do you have the Master Chief Collection? I do not. I don't know what the Master Chief Collection is. Is it all the Halo games? It might be all the Halo games. These bloatflies are awful. They're bad people. And they like bad movies and video games. Those two things are unrelated. But they're also not. In their case. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Flying enemies, the one true foe of a close quarter combat. And not just that, also enemies that stand on ledges. Because there are a few of them in this DLC. In all DLCs, in fact. Hello! I am now up here. I have... Either you didn't hit me before. You know what would be really rad? Is if I could do a flying paralyzing palm. This. The game would explode. I could see it happening. No. In fact, I don't think I can kill it. It kills me with one hit. I mean, I can kill it, just not with normal strategies. Or unbuffed, I should say. Yeah, it doesn't kill me with one hit, but it does half my health and damage. Which means we need the superior drugs, don't we? We're gonna go with voodoo. We rarely go with voodoo. I think it matters. Please don't shoot me while I'm down here. Or up here, in fact. I cannot believe this happened. This has happened. Oh my god. I am I'm still victorious. Oh, it has a lot of drugs. That explains it. Yes, also a lot of meat. The amount of meat and drugs is, So it's a junky bloatfly. Okay, well, I used my voodoo for that. I didn't mean to get that. Oh, hi. Didn't mean to get these. I don't even know what these are. They're mutant cave fungus. Yeah, they're not as good. Well, we are victorious. It only took like a few tries. It wasn't too bad. Pretty good. Ghostface, welcome to the stream. I have defeated you this time. Yeah, that was all right. Mutant fungus. Let's see, food. Mutant cave fungus. I don't need that. I do need cave fungus. Although I think the robot or the doctor thingy gets rid of all my radiation for me. So, it's very dark in here. I apologize for blindness. And this is how I came down. So there could be a bloatfly. Yes, it is. Yes, there is. And I have killed all of them now. There we go. So, a single bloatfly was hoarding all the drugs. And then I killed it. And as well as the other bloatflies. What I don't understand, though, is how exactly this dungeon was hidden. How does the game do that? Because it marks it on the minimap, and then it's not marked anymore. You guys are just going to spawn up here? Is that what you're going to do? Because I can kill you. I got really lucky that I critted as well. Because the crits have a chance of knocking down an opponent. Yeah, no. That's not going to happen. Don't worry about that. It's all fine. It's totally fine. We're not getting any experience. In fact, we're just losing things by fighting these guys. But fortunately, we're not losing ammo, which is the big problem of weapons in this game, is losing ammo. And durability, but also durability. Still in Big Mountain, I see. Big Mount... Is it Big Mountain? Yes, it is. Big Empty. Big Empty, yeah. Yes, I am in here, but I am about to finish it. So, I think I'm about to finish it. Let's find out. So, let's get back in here. Very dark. But now, let's properly explore the place. See what it's all about. Empty lockers. Well, that one is empty now. X-42 Giant Robo Scorpion test log. The Saturnite armor plating on the Giant Robo Scorpion has exceeded expectations mostly. While it's virtually impervious to small arms fire, the sonic emitter that Parsons brought in managed to fry several of the prototypes as subsystems. We'll have to look into improved EMP shielding for the next prototype. On a more positive note, the prototype's new atomic laser is performing admirably. Some residual radiation is left behind after the weapon discharges. It may be necessary to requisition more radiation suits and meds as a precaution. And then we have the target drone effectiveness log over here. The constant improvements to the giant Robo Scorpion has rendered the Protecton models we have been using as, quote, hostile communist forces, unquote, largely ineffective. At this stage, they're little more than distractions. Well, I punched the Robo Scorpion to death. So, you know, there's that. Will I die here? Better not. What do we have in here? Backup generator log. The new atomic laser is putting a giant... I'm going to reread that. Foreshadowing. No, we killed the... I don't think it was foreshadowing, because... that we killed the Scorpion already. Do you have the Master Chief Collection? It's all Master Chief games. It's cheaper to get it. You're doing one by one. Yeah, I don't have any Master Chief games at all. So that's the cheapest version. Actually, it's not having any of them. No offense to anybody who's a fan. I'm sure they're fine games. I don't play shooters all that much. Apart from Prey. No, I do play some shooters, just not. Also, I forgot the game that I'm playing right now is a shooter. Yeah. You know, pure shooters is what I'm saying. Pure shooters. Every streamer, the imposter, gets more daring. Now he's cutting his hair. Hello, Azor. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Let's see. New atomic laser is putting an incredible strain on the giant Robo Scorpion's generator. Damn thing shut down right in the middle of weapons testing last week. I pushed for I'm very good at reading things. Playing We Happy Few like the story, but the gameplay is pretty bad, says Azor. Yeah. Oh, Gearbox. I pushed for reducing the laser's output by 25%. Instead, they slapped a backup generator onto the Scorpion. Dangerous, if you ask me. The systems weren't designed to handle the power from two systems at once, and if some rookie tech fires up the backup generator too early, well, ellipses. And we all know that ellipses are the biggest threat to life in general. What are you being... Do you actually harm me? Curious, you don't. That might be because of my power armor, but that's not actually canonical. Power armors don't protect you from electrical shocks, as we all can attest because we played Fallout 2, and we know exactly how electrical shocks are really, really annoying at the end of the game when there's electrical grids, and you obviously have a power armor, because otherwise you're not at the end of the game, because you have died. There's a duffel bag with some govt things. And nothing else, really. This is, I mean, some sunset sarsaparilla. That's always nice. Okay. Sinok, welcome to the stream. How's it going? How goes it? It goes well. It goes well. I like how Orwellian it is, but I wouldn't play it myself. Says Ghostface. Are you talking about... Halo? I don't know I don't remember what I was... Or Prey? Prey is it's actually a very different tone. That's not Prey that you're referring to. Oh, We Happy Few. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. It's basically, yeah. It's a good understanding of what the tone... Oh, well, not necessarily the tone. Definitely not the tone. But the, sort of world it is. The storyline. As far as I know, I've only watched the Let's Play. A little. Not the whole Let's Play. Oh, come on. I'll just force you. These things have nothing ever, ever, ever. This DLC's loot is all broken. It's like they just spent all the money on the writing and on the voice acting, which is fine. Hey, I can see you.
Move along, please.
And then forgot everything else. Which is fine, that's fine. I don't need loot, it's just I don't put it in the Let's Play. Colonel, I saw a critique of the Fallouts where the author says a main way to judge was to ask, what do they eat? Pointing out good New Vegas was thoughts. I think I might have seen the same review. I like the, well, that's mostly a critique of Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. And of Bethesda. Not necessarily Bethesda in all of their games, but specifically in the Bethesda games. I think there are two ways of building a world, and they are the opposite sides of each other, right? Which is the way that you build the world because it makes sense, and then you put a game in it, and then you make a game, and then you put a world that is fun or looks good. And I don't think any of those ways is necessarily right or wrong, because they can both produce really crappy games. Like what I'm trying to say is that, like, imagine you make a world that makes total sense, right? It's a coherent world where things are happening in a very grounded and realistic way, and then you want to put a game in there and make a game happen in that, and you're just too grounded in realism. And when I say realism, I mean, you know, plausibility or believability is maybe the better word for it. But you're too grounded on that it just doesn't allow your game to be fun. For example, just thinking of an example here. On the other side of the spectrum, there's also you're just trying to make a fun game, but then the world doesn't make any sense because you prioritized whatever fun you thought the game was going to be, and then there's no stakes or your story doesn't come across or something like that because the world isn't believable. So both ways can result in bad things. But on the other hand is you make a world that is believable, and then you make an RPG work on it because it is believable. Or you make a world that isn't believable, and you can even build on that. It's so hard to see anything in here. You can even build on that. All I'm saying is that it's a good criticism of Bethesda that they don't think about their worlds in Fallout 3 and in Fallout 4. They don't, in Fallout 76 as well. They don't necessarily prioritize believable coherency. Ooh, Turing control system now. Believable, you know, like a believable setting. But that doesn't mean that it's bad. It's everything else that doesn't, like, they don't gain anything from having a world that doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? They should gain something from having a world that doesn't make any sense, but they don't. They just they could make their world make sense, and it'd still be the same game. You know what I mean? So it's just a downside. It's not really something that they gain. Fallout New Vegas is empirically better than anything Bethesda came up. Oh, absolutely. Fallout New Vegas is the best Fallout game. Like, I'm really sad that I don't like the combat. But playing through the game on unarmed only is a huge improvement for me, because I just don't have to deal with half the systems in the game, half the combat systems in the game, and I think that's really good, because I don't like those systems, and the game doesn't lose anything for it. Like, the game is still, if anything, it gains for me because I don't get bogged down with the combat, and so it really shines the quest design, the faction design, the writing, the nuance, that is just underneath the layer, the top layer of the narrative. It's not necessarily a super deep game, but the nuance is there. It's enough for you to absolutely miss it if you're not paying attention and if you're not thinking about it. So I think this is the best game, but I really wish it was top-down, turn-based, with a little description box that you can look at all the items in the game and all that. If I were to guess what critique that was, I would say, man, I definitely watched that video, Sinok. I definitely watched that video. Was it... Ah... Dang it. Oh, man, I'm forgetting his name. How can I forget his name? It's not underground. What is his name? Mr. B Tongue. Oh, okay. I think I watched that video as well, but that wasn't the one I was thinking of. I haven't watched Mr. B Tongue in a while, so I didn't remember the name. But yeah, that's an old video as well. It's an old enough video that I watched it a while back. I think I watched a bunch of New Vegas stuff right after I played New Vegas for the first time. If you disagree, you are wrong. Fight me. I played New Vegas over and over again. Fallout 3, I played several times, and the same with Fallout 4. Never touched 76. I knew it would be trash. Yeah, Fallout 76 is, I don't regret buying it for the money that it cost me. I think it was 20-something bucks. But it's so overpriced at 20-something bucks. And I don't regret it because I'm okay with the money that it is. It is an expensive game, all things considered, to make, because Bethesda doesn't know how to optimize their game making. So it is expensive, and I know most of that money doesn't go to the workers, but whatever. I disagree. Even when Black Isle had the IP, they were moving away from turn-based isometric. Yes, they were, but then they went bankrupt because they were moving away from turn-based isometric. The only reason turn-based isometric works is because hardware limitations and nostalgia. I don't think that's true. I think, if anything, the advent of modern indie games has shown that turn-based has a role to play. Think of games like, I say indie, but yeah, well, it's kind of complicated saying indie, but, not AAA games, you know what I mean? Think of games like Darkest Dungeon, or Battle Brothers, or The Banner Saga, Shadowrun. There's so many, like, modern games that use turn-based, like, proper turn-based. I'm not talking, like watered-down systems like some JRPGs try to be, like, real-time with cooldowns and whatnot. I'm talking turn-based. The role for turn-based is that it allows you... Not only it specifically... Well, the thing with Fallout is that it's a single-character turn-based, which is very unique, very rare. And I don't know how you could make it... I mean, I absolutely know exactly how you can make a system like that work in a modern setting, because I have designed a system exactly for that, but I've never made it work because I haven't made my game yet. But the point is, a turn-based game is for tactics, and a real-time game is for skill. It's for your... Well, tactics is a skill as well, but it's for your, you playing the game nice. It's like you go into Dark Souls, and you're good at the game or you're not. There's also a tactical element because there's always tactics to any game, but a turn-based game completely isolates your skill as a player from the characters. So it allows you to play characters that are really good at stuff that you're not good at, or vice versa. Like, if you're really good at shooting, your character can be really bad. Or, again, vice versa. If you're really bad at shooting, your character can be really good. And that is the essence of that's the essence of turn-based games in tabletop, which is what Fallout was created for. Fallout 1 and 2, they meant to... they wanted to emulate the tabletop experience as much as possible. There's no other way. I mean, it's not true. You can emulate the tabletop experience with a real-time game. Obviously, you're distancing yourself from a tabletop experience because tabletop is turn-based. But there are real-time tabletop games. The point is, it's very difficult, and it requires the players to be aware of what they're getting into, and you're going to have difficulty making a game that sells, that is real-time, and tries to be tabletop, because it's going to be a mess. Keanu Baka, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Supersonic Tumbleweed, welcome to the stream as well. Thank you very much for... It's not a nice haircut. It's just a short haircut. It's just... and that's it, but thank you. You're kind to say it. I've loved Fallout forever. I finished 1 and 2 in Vegas. I grudgingly played 3 and 4 and petered out when the shallowness got to me, says Sinok. Yeah, Fallout 3 is just... It has too much combat. in a game that is all about combat. And it's... One day I'll do a Let's Play of Fallout 3. There's some cool stuff in there. If you don't think too much. Because there's nothing underneath for you to think. It's just all on the surface. Which is just as far from New Vegas as it can get. I'm talking about this specific setting that Fallout is set in. A 1950 post-nuclear wasteland. I'll make it. I hope I will. Oh, the world is a fantasy setting. It's supposed to be like a... It's a fantasy setting, like... Imagine the Wild West of the United States. Like the sort of romanticized Wild West that 50s movies... Well, I say 50s, but older than 50s. First half of the century movies of the Wild West make it. Because after the 50s, you get specifically more cowboys and the Native Americans. And the genre changes a little bit. I'm not too into the genre itself. I'm not even into pre-50s movies. But the point is, I'm trying to emulate a sort of frontier sort of exploration, wilderness, and magical world. And I'm leading on the magical as well. It's fantasy, but it's not necessarily a high fantasy or casting spells everywhere. And it has guns, and it has a little bit of magic. And the world is supposed to be that frontier kind of person with a big political narrative that reaches multiple factions. And then you learn about each faction, and then you make your own choice. With a big twist at the end, that I love the twist. I think I've made a video where I say that twist. And the twist is, I love the twist, but it's not a twist. This is like a, aha, gotcha. It's like on the level of, it's like a gut punch. It's not a twitch. It's a gut punch. A twist is a gut punch at the end. If you like campaigns and gameplay in Heroes of Might and Magic 3 and 5, probably the second most recommended in the series, and it's cheap, so you liked 3, I want to suggest it. Heroes of Might and Magic 5, I actually have it. That's the first. No, it's not the first. That's the second Heroes of Might and Magic that I played. My first one was Heroes of Might and Magic 4. I sucked at both of them, but I like Heroes of Might and Magic 5 a lot, and I have a Let's Play of it that I didn't finish because I couldn't finish it. I did it on stream though, so I'm not really sure what the format of the Let's Play is. But they are both amazing games. I also have a Let's Play of Heroes of Might and Magic 3, which I believe I did a completely normal Let's Play, so it's not with rambles like this in the middle. Jung, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Nonsense says Jung, he probably heard me say things like Fallout 4 is good, and that's why he's saying that it's nonsense. It is. I misspoke. Also, awesome looking 3D towns. They look really good. Oh, they do. And the soundtrack is incredible as well for Heroes of Might and Magic 5. The Sergio Leone westerns. I couldn't tell you. But they're like... I'm just... like, the setting is original. It's not meant to emulate anything, which is... It's just a working draft. It's not even in my head. I wrote it down. But it is a working draft. And things can change. Like, the idea is to have a sort of exploratory and sort of virgin aspect to the world that, you know, nobody has been here except for people many years ago and stuff like that. Which obviously, as I say, it's a romanticization of the invasion of the current territory of the United States by European colonizers. That's the word. So that's why I'm saying it's a romanticization, but of course in my setting, it's not trying to pay homage to anything. It's just sort of a spaghetti western. I think that might be the reference or the. No, it isn't. Spaghetti westerns is cowboys and Indians, isn't it? Yeah. That's not what I'm trying. That's not at all what it is. Sergio Leone directing and Ennio Morricone making the outstanding soundtracks. Sadly, I could not get into 4 at all. The interface, in my opinion, ugly towns. The towns were really ugly. That's true. A lot of the game was ugly, but the soundtrack was really good. I didn't like how difficult it was because I couldn't beat it. Portugal shall be defeated. Uza, says Ghostface. I don't know what you're referring to, but let's see what I'm doing here because, well, I guess that's it. Very simple, very easy. New target, the giant Robo Scorpion. Well, I guess a little bit too late for that. A little bit too late. But it's good to know it's here. What is that? How do I get in there? These are difficult. Navigating this level is difficult. And especially if you have a giant Robo Scorpion shooting at you. What do we have down here? It is a footlocker with nothing. A very hard lock. He's declaring war, says Jung. You said romanticized invasion. It is a romanticized invasion. Because the territory was occupied. They just invaded it. And genocide as well. I gave up on the town building in Fallout 4 when I built a big wall around my town and the raiders spawned inside. Oh no, that's terrible. Okay, let's this is a very hard check. Let's look. So, first test that I do. Look at the end of the words here. You see the Asian over here on the on civilization? Unfortunately, that's not actually we got a conversation and organization. Let's go with civilization over here. Okay, so organization and conversation are immediately out of, and fornication over here also out. Hips could be good. Let's go with hips over there, and no Asians forever. Constrations, oh, that's good. Subturations over here, that could be a thing. So let's go with that, and let's go with the hips. It was the hips all along. That's how you do this minigame. It's a dumb minigame. I don't like it at all. Emergency shutdown. That's how it's pronounced. Per instructions from the higher-ups, after that one time the giant Robo Scorpion's attack routine malfunctioned, we have installed an emergency shutdown procedure. I cannot pronounce that word properly. Let's hope we never have to use it. The prototype systems will all be fried, and we won't be up and running again for weeks. The military is expecting delivery of a battle-ready model within 6 months, and the project has already had enough delays. What a curious level. Did they really expect us to not fight the Robo Scorpion and just, you know what, I'm gonna go into these big things up here that for all I know are full of turrets, because they are full of turrets shooting at me, and then I'll hope that it shuts down. Like, I get that you would be like, oh, this is a cool alternative way of finishing this, but it's just, it's not presented to the player. Whoever does that? They even gave us weapons. I don't think you can emergency shut down the thing. So let's talk to Mobius. I see some eyes in the distance. Is that eyes? Oh, this is a similar. It's a similar area to the other part. It's Mobius. It is not eyes. I don't think it is. Let's look around a little. Where's my brain? I don't know where my brain is. I always put the autocomplete hacks on and lockpicks mod in my plays. Don't be embarrassed about that. It is. I have the freedom to not use them because I'm doing a let's play. But if I were playing by myself, I would also. A E F J K Q Nuka-Cola pack of cigarettes. That's not a pack of, what the hell? Pre-war money? Psycho back here. Does this show that Mobius is very organized? Is that what's going on here? No, it isn't. He's not very organized. Even I know that this isn't organized. Have you ever played Hobo Tough Life? If not, you should. It's an urban survival RPG. I have not. I have not played it. I also didn't put my cell phone on silence. Also don't remember how to do that. Vibrate? Mute. That's the one. No vibration, please. I have all my vibrators on the phones. Why did I say it like that? All my phones have their vibration. Why am I always disable vibration on all my phones. Because I hate it. It just makes noise, and I want silence. Is that a snore? It is eyes, isn't it? I'm probably gonna have to talk to Mobius before. I mean, it's probably my brain. My brain is super important, isn't it? Have you ever played a game with good mini-games? Question mark, says Sinok. I'm almost convinced they can't be good. Good question, Sinok. I'm gonna say that Bioshock 2 has good mini-games. It's been a while since I played it, though. But I remember having fun with them and being like, this is a good break from the rest of the game. Because the game is actually a little bit oppressive and it's sort of like it's called the power button. I'll pass. I'm not into survival games, says Harry. Can't think of a specific one off the top of Harry. Wouldn't like the game. Well, Ubisoft Romania did some sim games. Not a fan of those either. Sim games? You mean simulations or The Sims? Because there's some of the sim games I think that are not the main stays of the franchise. But I don't know anything about them. I don't know what to say about this area, honestly. All this is just junk. And drugs. Ooh, what is that? Oh, it's Scientist Scrubs, right. Oh, right. I see. And drugs. Yeah, I'll take all the mentats. I mean, I have zero need for them. Yeah, that's actually not true. I'll still take them, though. Because, I really definitely don't have a problem with carrying everything. Oh, that's definitely... I don't have a problem with any of that. Huh. I don't... Oh, excuse me. I don't know what to say. It feels like Mobius just wants to be friends with him again or something. Because why would he keep the... The photos? Do you know what I mean? You don't keep photos of people you hate around, even though he clearly acts like he hates them. Look at all the stuff. Mobius.
Huh? Yo, hello there. You are there, aren't you? Forgive my confusion. So hard to tell these days. You seem familiar somehow. I'm guessing you're here for your brain, perhaps? It's just up there. Such a nice brain, young, very bright. Little hard to see you. Can you walk into my left, right FOV cone? Ah, that's it. You're coming into focus nicely.
Is that better?
Depth perception is a problem with this old monitor of mine. Went black a while ago. That's old age for you. Should look at getting the visual nerves reattached. It's just that the right eye would see the wrong things. The flying tortoises were the worst. Would you care for a mentat?
I will say thanks.
I love mentats. Delicious and smarty. I have all sorts of amazingly science-erific thoughts and ideas when those chalky tablets are zipping through my biogel. I forget them all not long after, though, especially with the data constipating my memory core. Afraid binary streams might shoot out my chassis. Had to start using the dome floor and walls here to inscribe equations, although I've somewhat lost track of where they start and end.
Also, I don't know that was old age, because that monitor is broken. Also, monitors don't see things, but you weren't exactly what I was expecting.
Really? That implies preconceived notions, theories, and a hypothesis about this meeting? Please extrapolate. What was I supposed to be like? After all, it might be worth a cognitive realignment if your theoretical Mobius is better than I.
Why did you steal my brain?
Oh, a variety of reasons. You're something of a homily. The anomaly? You're really quite special, and not in the cranially challenged way. You see, you are the most successful brain extraction experiment ever performed here at Big Mountain. A victim of your own success, as it were. If you were to go back with what your brain knows about the procedure, well, your brain could be popped back in and you could walk right out of here. Can't have brains moving around of their own volition.
Why is that a problem?
I'm not sure, except that I'm sure there's a very good reason for it. I have very good reasons for almost everything I do. Even if I forget them occasionally. Although I feel this one is especially important. Oh, well.
I was curious. I mean, yeah, well, I was curious about some things.
Oh, curiosity. I experience that less now that I know everything. Oh, maybe it was when I found out some unpleasant answers.
You don't have a monitor that can record? I thought everybody did, says Jung. Haha, funny. Actually, on computers, it's absolutely impossible. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. No. I don't actually know. There are some display ports that have extra data attached to them. But the way HDMI, and certainly any analog computers connected with HDMI can't like receive data from the monitor in any way. I'm pretty sure. But DisplayPorts can. Yeah, DisplayPort can receive data. So, theoretically, if somehow you had a camera on your monitor, and your computer was programmed to detect that camera, and you were connected through DisplayPort, and the program that was detecting the camera was also bypassing DisplayPort security features, then you could have a monitor that records? Theoretically. Maybe. But if you're through HDMI, you can't do anything about that. Size of Mobius brain. Oh, I didn't see. Raisin. Oh, right. The size of drugs are bad. Okay. Mentat. All the drugs in Fallout are bad. No, I was gonna say trauma. Is it trauma pack? That's not trauma pack. What is it called? Psycho? There's one drug in Fallout 1 that doesn't have a side effect. But it isn't that one. That one actually has a huge side effect. I can fix your monitor, but if you're getting ghost reception, I can fix that.
The ghosts aren't real? That changes everything. Why, I can save my computing power for other perceptual impossibilities. Please be my guest. The receptor is there, and the side-switching wobbly bob, just turn that. Good. Better? Oh, yes, that feels wonderful. This is even better than my afternoon Mentats break.
Yeah, but those monitors are connected with USB to your computer. Also, I forgot, USB-C can... I don't have USB-C on my computer, but USB-C can connect... well, actually, technically USB 3 as well. Doesn't have to be USB-C. But some monitors that are connected through USB-C can also receive and transfer data like that. But usually monitors with the inbuilt webcams are connected also with USB. Your laptop is different, though. Your laptop, your camera is not actually connected to the monitor. It's connected to the motherboard. To another place. I wonder where it connects, actually. It can't be the USB controller. It wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense, because it can't be that. Because I'm trying to think of that, because in cell phones, they're connected to the graphics card directly. Because it's just easier to do processing. Or they tend to be connected there. Here we're talking about the physical screen, right? A good point. Yeah, it's a good point, Ghostface. So the screen both displays and records. Yeah, I could see that. But the thing is, like, I think it's a joke. Like, I take it as a jokey thing because it's like the screen isn't a recording device, and we don't see. Do you see any webcams? I don't see any webcams, or I say webcams, but cameras on the screen. One of my monitors is a HP with a webcam and 3 USB ports, and it's connected via DisplayPort, and it also has RJ port. Yes, but that's isn't that a all-in-one, Harry? That sounds like an all-in-one for it to have an RJ port. That seems like it's not an RJ port because it's the data. It's a what is it called? It's not RJ45. It has a name. Is it RJ45 for data? Huh. Could be. It could be, but it's like. Can you tell me about your Robo Scorpions?
Well, every scientist needs an army. Mine came to me after these rather large scorpions kept coming in from the desert, like poisonous frosting. How scary, I thought. But they had survived when nothing else had. Perfect candidates for improvement as a reward for their tenacity. Then I thought, what if they shot energy bolts and acted as walking eyes and data-drained computers and acted as bullhorns? Then I made them bigger. Then I thought about custard. I do so love custard. Or was it mustard? Mustard custard. I miss sugars and salts.
Is custard sugary? I don't know. I don't think I've ever had it. I was curious about some things.
I find things curious as well. Go on.
That's... the translators had a field day with translating that one. Because, curious is a double meaning word. You don't seem aggressive. My broadcast threats to the why broadcast... I can say that line properly. Why broadcast threats to the think tank?
Oh, I was probably tripping hard on Psycho when I sent that. Had to work myself up to it. Not usually violent, except when I am. Then, watch out! So many chems, such varieties. Whenever I take mentats, I can feel my entire chassis breathe like a big spherical lung. As for the Psycho, sometimes get the chem dispositories in my tank all switched up. Go in the wrong tube. Still, served its purpose.
So, it sounds like you built the Robo Scorpions, issued threats to the think tank. What the hell is that line supposed to be? So it can be both. The custard... No, custard is always sweet, and mustard is always... savory. Supersonic Tumbleweed saying savory. I know what mustard is. Everybody has tasted mustard because of hot dogs. Not just because of hot dogs, but that's where I tasted it the most. I like mustard. Mustard is really good. Mustard is a plant. It's a sort of piquant plant, like wasabi. It tastes like wasabi, except a lot less murderous, because wasabi will kill you. Wait, sounds like you built the Robo Scorpions, issued threats to keep the think tank occupied, and I don't understand how this line is supposed to sound like, but that is what sounds.
Did I? Maybe I did. Can't have them leaving. Some reason for it. Ethics or,
Mustard is better. I think mustard is better, yeah.
You and your brain are quite alike. I'm sure it knows the raisins better than I do.
Well, everything you've told me doesn't add up. Your plan, even your name, Mobius.
Dr. Mobius. Rather catchy, isn't it? It's my name, and my new name overwrote the old one. This name's as real as you or I, although I believe your brain expressed
Oh yeah, that's a good way.
similar incredulity at the nature of such an appellation. Someone's been watching too many old-world science fiction movies, it said. I believe it meant me. I must admit I have a vulnerability for holotape fantasies of planets and robots and all that is forbidden. As for the name I was born with, like the think tank, we were all reprogrammed to forget them, take on new names. It enforces the recursion loop in our perception programming.
I like honey mustard, or mustard in general, with fried fish. It's good, but as you cook the fish. Also after, if you want. French mustard, it's one with big grains. Oh, I think I've had that. You reprogram their names as part of recursion loop? What, to trap their processors?
Now, trap is a rather harsh word, like excrement. Not an inappropriate word, but still rather harsh. But, yes...
When your excrement is harsh.
It takes some liberties with their programming. It's all right, they don't remember. I certainly didn't until you said trap, and then I said excrement, and then...
And then your excrement was harsh. A recursion loop is designed to prevent the flow of information, so...
The radar fence to keep the think tank hemmed in wasn't really enough. They keep testing things. They would have found a way to disarm it. I suspect I...
Oh, what is happening on the upper left corner?
But I may have coded myself to forget them, just in case. They're probably very dangerous, lethal, or worse. So I had to do something else to keep them occupied here. Or as you like to say, trapped. I prefer to have several plan 9s in case the 7s fail.
Klein, Mobius, O's, a circle, 8 is an infinity symbol. They're all loops, I get it.
Oh, you figured it out. No pun intended.
You did intend it.
Dr. O, which is actually not his real name multiplied, since you can't multiply his real name in the first place. Ouroboros, Klein, they have all forgotten themselves. And not only themselves, but the world, sense of time, and history. All that is left is what's here. I reprogrammed their chronometers, geometers, and cartography programs. This is now their world. Here, Big Mountain. It was a merciful lobotomy, really, thinking back. They were my friends, but sometimes they would take things too far. And the world isn't ready for that kind of too-far thing-taking. That's my professional opinion, anyway. And I am told I was once quite professional.
It's kind of... I wonder what the final morale, I don't know if that's the word, sort of final note of this DLC is going to be. They shouldn't take it too far. It resonates very well with the whole theme of Fallout, of, the bombs destroying the entire world. But it's it also can very easily fall into the, oh, you shouldn't want to do too much too fast because people aren't very smart and they will do bad things with the things that you do, which is, a meritorious point to make under certain circumstances, just not necessarily in Fallout because of they freaking destroy the world with your nuclear weapon. I wonder if this is just another one of those, because it kind of would resonate, as I was saying. Minor detail, but a snake devouring its own tail is Ouroboros, not what? How? Okay, OURO-BORUS, not OURO-BOR. Sorry? You know the one?
Really?
I don't know what that
It is
is.
so unlike me to make an error in anything I do.
If you lobotomize the think tank, why terrorize them?
Well, it's simple. Despite their many failings, they are rather bright. They are the think tank for a reason. That I didn't change. Without something to distract them, make them afraid, they would simply deduce what had happened. And when they start deucing it up, then you came along, the final variable solved. They saw that their world was larger than they perceived. Bacteria, finally able to see its host.
There were other visitors, though. Why am I different?
There have been other visitors to make them doubt their perceptions, but you are the one who dialed back their monitor micromagnifiers. You were
His lingo is
proof that there was a world outside. And then there was the whole brain fiasco, which forced me to take steps. See, your brain had a special kind of wrinkle, a uniquity that they had never thought to try in all their countless escape attempts.
a cranial injury from the attack outside Goodsprings, from the cutscene before the game.
Yes, very good. I should have mentats ingest you instead of the other way around. Mentats. In any event, you showed up at the think tank, and because you had suffered a cranial injury in just the right place, bullets in the head are usually much more fatal, and yours was a light case of bullet headitis. But
that's the name of the episode right there.
Dock in the sink to change its programming to fix the problem, and the brain extraction technology for once worked. That gave the think tank the knowledge its brains couldn't possess. With that knowledge, the procedure can be reversed. If they obtain that procedural data,
if you count fast food burgers,
to mush and modify their cranial selves into hosts to slip past the radar fence.
Onions are a very important aspect.
And once they're off the reservation...
Klein said they had the idea to get the 3 technologies after your broadcast. Coincidence?
I consider coincidence to be profanity, along with the words astrology, herbal tea, and luck. So watch it, potty mouth.
You said excrement.
Broadcast is designed to instill and install fear. And along with the emotional download, other data rides the fear carrier wave. It prompted them to focus on retrieving those technologies and bring them to attack me. And coincidentally, pardon my language, all those technologies are needed to put a brain, your brain, back into its skull properly.
Yeah, coincidence. It's kind of funny because coincidence doesn't mean just a coincidence. You know, it is a coincidence that I am now talking to a microphone, but it's also on purpose. It coincides. You know, it is not just a coincidence. Anyway, what is yeah, there's a lot of things. What is the purpose of the technologies?
The X2 antenna can be used to focus your alpha wave frequency thought patterns. The sneaky suit? Why, it houses a cardiac regulator. And the sonic sound wave projecto emitter was never intended as a weapon. It was a medicinal vertebrae pulse desensitizer. In short, brains a heart, and courage. Spine. I think there was a story once where a band of murderous thugs sought these things. They had them all the time in the story. Didn't stop them from murdering to get them. And it won't stop the think tank either.
Very true, Supersonic Tumbleweed. Was there any other data transmitted in your threat broadcast?
Yes, my overly aggressive cammed-up broadcast was designed to keep reinforcing the forget, fear, rinse, and repeat program. Oh, and the get me the things to castrate your only possible escape attempt. But I couldn't delete you or your arrival any more than I could the other visitors. Only so much science can do when you started talking to them. You're really quite difficult to ignore, you know. It's because you're, well, rather intriguing, if you'll forgive an old brain for saying so.
Well, it's nothing that Klein didn't tell me already. Was it Klein? I don't remember the names. Also, I couldn't not have talked to them because the door to the big mountain was locked. You might remember at the beginning of the DLC. But the think tank downloaded the schematics, not the items. They can rebuild them.
Oh, that means my plan is a total failure. That is unfortunate. Oh well, at least I tried.
Just like that. I suppose... I was curious about some things.
Yes, this is getting interesting. You are just filled with these little slices of curiosity, aren't you?
No. I cannot not kill you. Enough. I'm here to kill you.
Oh, intriguing. I've never been killed before. Although, after that time I got that phlegmy discharge in my biogel, I wished I had been. Well, if there's going to be killing, I defer to your expertise in this matter. How should we begin? Engineered viruses? Cancerratic beams? Atomics? Electrocutioning? Or should I summon my minions? Yes, my minions.
What minions?
Whoa, have they not constructed themselves yet? That's a bit premature of me. The Robo Scorpions, of course. They can assemble themselves from floor panels and parts scattered about. Quite inventive. Never really know when they might suddenly appear. Minions, destroy this intruder! Or perhaps make it more dramatic. Minions, to me! Oh yes, that's quite a bit better.
And then I save, and I run away because I am...
Science man!
Ooh! Wild Wasteland. I think it might have been one of the things that we saw in there. Anyway, I can't be found in the open. My brain is still snoring. Can I actually be found in the open? Maybe. You guys down there? That's it? So, we cannot side with Mobius. Wow, the Scorpions are slow. It's a shame that we can't side with Mobius. I really wanted to.
Running out of floor space for my
Dr. Mobius, I crippled. Satisfy Dr. Mobius' curiosity about it's like to be killed. Retrieve your brain. I will retrieve my brain. You guys are the worst minions. Another punch. There we go. I'm very good at this. Them blowing up is not something I appreciate all that much. It really is unnecessary. There we go. Now, my brain. I suppose I could have argued more for me wanting to get out of here. Dr. Mobius's glove. Glove? I am very good at pronouncing English words. It is not a glove. It is a weapon. Critical hit frenzy. Energy weapons -2. It's a... Why does it lower energy weapons? You can't use energy weapons if you have the glove on because I'll destroy it. It's a melee, an armed weapon, not melee. What do we have over here? I don't like that. I don't like the sound of any of what is happening. There are here Dr. Mobius' scrubs though, with +15 science, +2 intelligence. That's pretty good. I don't know what the hell that was.
And where have we been? Crawling through pits of radioactive muck again?
Everything is too weird. Are you my brain?
Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie?
How the hell did Mobius get a hold of my brain?
After the think tank extracted me from your skull, they fell to bickering amongst themselves. I'm sad to say we were quite forgotten about. Dr. Mobius saw an opportunity to gain some leverage and had me spirited away to his dome.
I think my brain's voice actor is the same voice actor as Muggy's. How did he manage that?
I don't know. I'm afraid the trauma of our separation rendered me quite insensate. I didn't come around until I was safely ensconced in this
I would like a cookie as well.
I'm quite sure whatever he did was highly scientific, though.
Well, that seems like a pretty unlikely coincidence.
Hardly. Dr. Mobius keeps a close optical sensor on the goings-on at the think tank. As soon as he saw the opportunity, he took it.
Well, that answers that then. On to something else.
Well, as long as your curiosity is satisfied.
So... why are you such a dick?
Well, that's a fine how do you do. Me, quote, dick, unquote. As if I'm the one responsible for the way you carry on gadding about the wastes. I'm not the one that makes us clamber around Technus-infested ancient vaults or go charging off to New Vegas on missions of ill-conceived revenge. And have we forgotten who got us shot in the head and buried in a shallow grave? Do you think I enjoyed that little moment?
Of course you're responsible. Did he actually ask if he's responsible? That doesn't make sense. Your brain makes a good point. I don't know if it's your brain, though. I don't know. Of course you're responsible. You're my brain.
I most certainly am not. I'm the seat of all reason and logic in our little partnership. All those feelings that motivate you, that sense of righteousness and that rush you get when you help someone, do you know where those come from? Glands. They come from glands. Free of the tyranny of your ape-like and primitive endocrine system, I can see how foolish your motives are.
But you're the source of most of those glands. Unless you're arguing that my thyroid is to blame.
Well, look, it's all a very complex system of biofeedback and other things I wouldn't expect you to understand.
Admitted, you're just as glandular as I am.
Oh, all right. Perhaps I am, but at least I'm logical about it.
Are you, though? Don't you want to be reunited? I thought you'd be happy to get back into my head.
I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is definitely not that appealing. Look at it from my perspective. Here I have peace, quiet, and safety. Well, barring the odd rogue scorpion. In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions. Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to urinate? It's quite a lot, I can tell you.
I can see your point. What can I do to make this a fair compromise?
If you want me back, we need to establish some ground rules. First, showers.
The pregnancy mod?
Second,
Showers.
regular checkups. Regular, mind you, and from a reputable doctor. That Julie Farkas woman, for example, she seems to know a thing or two. Third, you need to listen to me more than your hormonal choir and genitalian orchestra. Promise me that, and you've got a deal.
Don't you talk bad things about my gelatinial... I can't even pronounce it. I don't know how to say it, actually. Don't talk about it. So, what? You'd rather just stay here, never leaving that tank of whatever that stuff is?
Well, certainly there might be some things I miss about being ambulatory. We have seen some incredible sights, haven't we? Jason Bright and his followers launching into the vast unknown.
They didn't.
Helios 1 coming back online. But still, given the tremendous, potentially life-ending peril that went along with those, yes, I'd rather stay here.
Why would I want the gloves, Jung? Those stats were what it applied to enemies, not you. Oh, it doesn't matter. The gloves were bad. I wasn't going to use them. You should also try the randomizer mod. Way more entertaining. Yeah, I'm doing a let's play though. But I've seen that randomizer mod. The thing is, I'm doing a let's play, so it's like trying to get as close to what the game is supposed to be as I can, while making it entertaining by basically eliminating all nonsense combat that doesn't matter because it's nonsense. No, seriously, this DLC has way too much combat and it shouldn't have. Isn't it just as true that you only feel this way because you're lacking those hormones?
I suppose you're right.
They don't do enough damage, Jung.
Certain assumptions into question, doesn't it?
Yeah? Bet you didn't think of that, huh?
Yes, all right, bravo. You've come up with something I neglected to consider. There'll be no living with you now. So, what do we do about this?
I think we have to trust each other and acknowledge that we aren't complete if we're separated.
I suppose there might be some advantage to that, yes. There's a chance that the reintegration would create some improved synergy between us.
Well, maybe I have been a little unfair. If you have to stay here, I'll let you.
It's not that I didn't like being in your head, you understand. As far as heads go, it was a rather nice one. Well then, I suppose this is goodbye for now. What will you do?
I suppose I'll go back to the think tank and get them to let me out. They promised to do that much.
And you believe them? Really? I know you were recently deprived of my fabulous advice, but... Really? Once I'm delivered into their clutches, they'll find a way past the radar fence and the whole...
Oh, I see what it is.
Their playground. And that is assuming, of course, that one of them doesn't take a fancy to our body and decide to slip his own brain into it instead.
You're part of me. I know you don't want to let that happen any more than I do.
Well, I suppose I do miss those endorphin rushes when we save the day. All right, what's the plan?
I'll handle the brains. You stay here, you'll be more useful outside my head.
That arrangement suits me fine. Do try not to get too many holes drilled in your head, will you? I may want to drop by for sentimental reasons. Right then, you'd best be off, hadn't you? The think tank will be waiting. No, don't worry about me. When you're gone, I'll flush myself over to the sink. It's amazing how far you can get in this place with a good flush. I'll keep myself hidden in the ductwork. Klein won't suspect I'm inside the dome, so he won't know the pacification field no longer works on us. I can also upgrade the sink's autodock with the procedures to reinstall your heart and spine, assuming you want all that flesh and gristle back. With any luck, I'll see you in the sink when this is all over.
Maybe. Thank you for the bit, Krusty. Thank you very much. Don't spend it in one place. That's a good one. Did I loot Klein? I don't even know where it is. Oh, there it is. Dr. Mobius, not Klein. Lots of drugs. But unfortunately, nothing interesting. I guess we need to go back to the sink. You get some really cool perks for not taking your parts back. I know. That's why I was so okay with not taking the brain. Even though the game clearly wants me to take the brain back. He all but begs me to go back. There is still one location here. What is that location? It can't be this. I don't know what that is. You would love them. Oh, right. They are perfect for crowd control. I'm sure they are, but it's fine. I destroyed them. It's a pain to go back. Unlimited Fatman ammo. All you have to do is TGM. Look at that. TGM right there. That's all you need. There's also another one that allows you to have unlimited ammo, but not unlimited. No. There's one that allows you to spend ammo but be invisible. I think that's how it works. Do you know the infinite ammo glitch? I do not know of the glitch, no. I would really rather not have to fight you. Especially when you're blocking. All I want is to find that location that is there for some reason. I'm playing with my kitty with a string. She's so silly, going crazy, and she's the one doing all the work. That is kitties for you. You are horrible, says Jung. That is also correct. That's a kill. That's another kill. Them blocking and dying is amazing. Give me your Saturnite fists, because I want to repair my pushy. Even though I don't need to. I have way too many drugs. Yeah, I don't think there's a location here. Maybe there's one if I go this way. Oh man, these robots. Well, I guess there isn't. There's nothing up there. My cat is a big fan of Colonel RPG. Is he staring? Oh no, he's all bad tastes. If we equip the cheapest ammo for a gun to the hotbar and then equip the Fat Man and then go to the hotkey for ammo, you can use 10mm ammo as nukes. Oh, that's a cool twitch.
You require some additional services?
It's the basic physical exam, please. It just works. It just works. Oh.
You require some additional services?
I don't know. I'm feeling a little what?
And rightly so.
Swap body parts. Place your heart back in your chest. Reattach your spine. No. No, I like the traits that they give me. That's the optional objectives, I think. Dr. Klein awaits. Make sure you're prepared to finish this once and for all. I am. Oh no. Hi.
The lobotomite returns. Our lobotomite. Has Dr. Mobius been denominated into scrap metal and voice module parts, as we hoped?
I found my brain. Now you and I are going to settle things.
I recommend watching your tone with me, lobotomite. Now, your brain. Hand it over, or we'll extract it again.
I'm not handing my brain over. There's some things we should discuss.
And what could we possibly have to speak about? You have the brain, we have the technology. All you must do is surrender. With it, we can finally leave this place. I cannot tell you how boring this place gets, chopping up the landscape and everything in it. And we have so many questions to ask your brain first. About this Mojave place. A fertile testing ground for our experiments.
That speech lie is interesting. Let's go with that. There's no reason why he's not going to attack me. You think I'm the lobotomite? No. For my skull houses the brain of Mobius!
That is the most insane thing I've ever heard. There's no way Mobius would condescend to step inside you. Besides, there's no way such a thing could be accomplished. It's impossible.
Nothing is impossible for science! Mesons, lasers, atom brainwaves. All are at my command.
You speak the truth. And the decibel variation in your voice.
Thank you for the bits, Krusty.
Mobius.
No, that's not bits. That's the lie light.
You breached the think
You gave
tank.
bits before.
And what do you want here?
That's ellipses. What is that? That's not ellipses. That's just 2 dots. That's the bits. Thank you. Thank you. It shows up in the same notification bar for me, so that's why sometimes I'm like, oh, no, highlighted message or bits, and just like I need to check. And you have the bits thing, so that's why I thought it were bits. You may have noticed the pacification field is down. Guess what happens now?
Fight? I've never been in a fight. What do I... Colleagues! Think tank! Alert! Alert! We are under attack!
I could have let you live,
Does this weapon have soft lock? Anyone?
but I don't want to. Sorry, yo.
Does this weapon have soft lock? Anyone?
Oh, Klein is actually really tough.
Oh my! That's what my attack protocols feel like.
That's all. Well, they're all dead. And I had the option to not let them all die. That's what I did in my first time through the game, I think. Meeting people. Dr. 8 had meeting people. It's really difficult finding their bodies because it's just the screen. Every other bit is not part of their bodies. This is Dalla with a teddy bear. Oh, this is still Dalla. This is Klein over here. All Klein. And these foot lockers with basically nothing. I think I opened them before. Well, my murderous rampage is done. Justice has been served. Clearly. Let's look at our quest and see what we have to do for that. Leave the think tank. How?
As it had been in the years before the Great War, Big Mountain, the
It's
Big
done.
Empty, became home to one of the...
Thank you for the follow, Krusty.
...of the 23rd century. The courier watched over the Big Empty for years to come, caring for it, and keeping
Did
its
I?
discovery safe until they were needed to help others. Which had always been Big Mountain's purpose. Past the laboratories and science, it had always been intended as a place to build the future of all mankind.
The Sync Central Intelligence Unit was impressed by the amount of exploration the courier had undertaken. Facilities believed lost, destroyed, or ones that had simply gotten up and walked to new locations had been rediscovered by its intrepid new master. Internally, the artificial personality debated as to whether it preferred the old management to the new, and concluded that the courier's thorough approach to research and investigation was admirable and worthy of its respect.
The Forbidden Zone continued to be, true to its name, forbidden. No more robo-scorpions were sighted in its canyons. Big Mountain became even emptier, devoid of Dr. Mobius's proclamations forecasting the destruction of anything that dared possess sentience. Still, it is said he lived on in the equations inscribed on the floor and walls of the Forbidden Zone dome. A cobweb tracery of symbols that told of 1,000 brilliant thoughts, now lost to time.
The sink atop the dome bustled with the voices of a small town, constantly chirping, arguing, and snarling at each other. Still, this all happened productively in the interests of its new owner. The Sync Central Intelligence Unit discovered, despite its inversion code, it was comforted by the sense of community the other personalities gave it.
The Biological Research Station, obsessed with seeding everything in sight, requested a transfer to the X-22 Botanical Garden, so that it might, in its own words, sensually fertilize the garden's smooth contours. The garden sent back a polite refusal, saying it had prior commitments with a vault it had helped infect before the war.
The book chute continued to
Vault
develop
22.
all seditious materials until it nearly choked on a paperclip. It adamantly maintained it was a Chinese paperclip, and the whole thing had been an elaborately orchestrated assassination attempt. Whatever the reason, it slowed down for a while, carefully appraising each document and clipboard that came to it.
The light switches continued to bicker and flicker.
This persisted until the day someone dropped a flashlight in the sink, and the two of them united in their hatred of the showboat. One of them eventually transferred to the
showboat?
Lightwave Dynamics plant, and began a long, unrequited affair with one of the holograms.
The sink continued to ruthlessly scrub any particulate matter that came near it. Eventually, it gained access to the magneto-hydraulics plant and nearly flooded all the Big Empty in an attempt to scrub the crater clean. Once it learned of the innovative toxins plant, however, it gained new purpose. It sought to develop antitoxins to flush into its drains and counteract the poisons bleeding into the soil.
The toaster continued its psychotic spree, reducing all appliances in range to scrap electronics and spare
It took me a while to process this
After
picture.
one of its more psychotic episodes, however, the other Sync personalities decided enough was enough and dumped the toaster in a bathtub. Sparking and hissing, the toaster swore its enemies would rue the day when they had bread and no way to toast it.
Muggy did his best to collect coffee cups, although in his quest, he accidentally trapped himself in Higgs Village. It might have been the end for poor Muggy. Except he found it peaceful there, tidying up the kitchens of the think tank professors back when they had been flesh and bone. Well, except for Dr. O, who was an asshole for having created Muggy in the first place. Muggy left O's house deliberately dirty, punishing the dishes and cups that lived there in blind revenge for serving Dr. O.
Blind old Jefferson, with sounds the courier brought him, created a symphonic counter-frequency that saved Big Mountain from sonic invasion in 2910. If you didn't hear about it, good. It was rumored by the other personalities that he had a brief fling with the light switches. Although he forgot their names once too often and was soon left in the dark as punishment.
Autodoc.
I don't know what that reference
Gentle
is.
and methodical.
Kept sewing up the courier in all the right places when the skin split open from repeated wear and tear. The Autodoc was just glad to have purpose again. It heard its simpler brothers and sisters who got shipped to the Sierra Madre were bored out of their skulls in that toxic dead city. In time, the Autodoc found a way to deactivate the Y-17 trauma harnesses, releasing the corpses they had held prisoner for almost 200 years.
As the courier ran through the X-8 facility multiple times, the computers analyzed the test subject's movements. Rather than performing a superficial observation, they realized the subject barely knew what communism was, or even what a high school was. This confused them for a time, until the facility finally realized that its research had succeeded. So it let its cyber dogs out into the wastes to help protect small communities from physical aggression rather than communist propaganda.
The infiltration program in X-13 felt spent, having repeatedly upgraded the stealth suit until it could upgrade it no more. It felt warm, fulfilled, and a bit
It was
sluggish.
actually a pain in the ass.
It realized not long after, the stealth suit had left it, without so much as a note on the nightstand. So the infiltration program sent out Robo brains into the wastes, looking for its wayward technology. It eventually found Repcon HQ, and set up a new research center, testing and murdering fiends who kept breaking into the facility.
The courier left the brain at the Big Empty. A strange thing to say, but it was the truth. Brains are less important than they may seem. When the courier's body finally passed, the brain was saddened. It kept on, remembering the vessel that had once contained it. Even at the end, when it started to fail, however, the brain resisted going into a floating chassis like the think tank. It never said why. Perhaps it was out of respect for the courier's body. All things must come to an end, and to hang on to the past is something that's not to be undertaken lightly.
The think tank basement, filled with the lobotomized robotical frames of the doctors, now served as a graveyard. The monitors had recorded the battle in its entirety, including the think tank's final, shrill, terrified screams, whimpers, and pleas for mercy. They broadcast these humiliating last moments as a warning to anyone approaching the perimeter that other smarty pants were not welcome. The courier was the inheritor of the Big Empty, and there was room for only one will in the halls of the think tank dome.
There is an expression in the wasteland, old world blues. It refers to those so obsessed with the past they can't see the present, much less the future, for what it is.
They stare into the what was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and spent, as the realities of their world continue on around them.
Science is a long, steady progression into the future. What may seem a sudden event often isn't felt for years, even centuries to come.
In the times following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, however, old world blues took on a new meaning. Where once it was viewed as a form of sadness, nostalgia, it became an expression describing the potential for the future.
It can be easy to see science as evil, technology unchecked as the source of all ills, all misfortunes.
With the courier at the helm, science became a beacon for the future. There was old world blues, and new world hope. And hope ruled the day at Big Mountain.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves. Now armed with the transportal Ponder, the courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one. The sink sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust. Only one road yet remained, and it was one the courier had to walk alone.
All DLCs I have to walk alone. I'm going there right now. You have acquired the Big Mountain Transportal Ponder. It's capable of transporting you between the Mojave Wasteland and the Big Mountain. To return to the Mojave, or go back to the Big Mountain from the Mojave, simply equip the Transportal Person, as you would any weapon. Pull the trigger, and away you'll go. Note that it won't work in interiors or in combat situations, and is totally incapable of harming your enemies. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
If you haven't found any communists in your backyard, you're not looking hard enough.
Well, I was gonna say, let's look at this weapon. Oh, we need to go from to the outside. I was gonna say this DLC actually, I think the subjects are too dispersed. Either I'm not smart enough, which is also very much a possibility. Let's see. Where is the transporter person? What? Oh, it starts with B. It's Big Mountain Transport and Torpison. Of course. So there it is. Yeah, I think the subjects of this DLC are a little bit too spread out. I get where it ends up and being like, oh, the future is nice with technology and whatnot. But I don't know, it feels shallow somehow. This is the thing. It feels like a wimp. Not a wimp, a whimper at the end. I don't know. Anyway, we're getting out of here. Fake nerd. Krusty said something about me being more consistent. I'm actually gonna be changing my streaming style a little bit. In the future, I will be, well, it's just not really changing my streaming style. I'll be bringing it up more on par with other streamers and with what the industry does more regularly, by basically getting a green screen and having the animations on screen being a little bit more prominent than they are right now, and changing the thing that's around me. But I do want a green screen so I can be a little bit more mobile around the screen, and a little bit bigger and smaller and just a little bit easier to maneuver. Because yeah, I right now I can't, like, if I put it like this, my face is unfocused. My face is always unfocused. This camera is actually pretty decent at focusing, but it's focusing here always because it has a very, very shallow lens. And so I got a new camera for that. I still am trying to figure out how I'm gonna set it up, so it's gonna take a little while. But I'm gonna be a little bit more StarCraft character style. Oh yeah, that's the other thing as well. The green screen is gonna allow me to do like whenever I go into this mode. I also don't know if I want the camera in front of me or not, but we'll see about that. Whenever I go into this mode, I want to have a mode where I can have the background of the characters in Fallout 1 and 2, because that sounds like a fun type of thing. Less is more. We're here for content, not for the extras. Yeah, I know that. But you know, it's over time. You get things a little bit better. And I always started out with this camera. Can you believe this camera still costs so much money? I bought it for $50, and I think it costs $100, or maybe it's gone. Like at the beginning of the pandemic, it was going for $200. This is a C920. It's a Logitech C920, and it was really cheap. And I got it back in 2016, I think is when I started. And like I've always been bad at streaming. I just bad at streaming, not necessarily bad at the content. That's for you to decide. But bad at the way I present the content. Even getting to the point where I'm at, where I have all these screens where I can just go into this and like, cleaning my dice, all the jokes, funny jokes with the actual cuts and all that. And it's like I want to have a little bit more, you know, and make it so that the streams are a little bit nicer to watch. Nicer cut, Chief. Nice cut, Chief. I think Thorongwil, welcome to the stream. Thank you. It's just a buzz cut. I did it myself, and it's all bad. Because the hard thing with buzz cuts is that you see this. You see these bits over here? I can show you. I can go in here. You can't see it because I did my best over here. You see this bit? This bit over here. If you have the machine that does the cut, it doesn't go back there. So it's like it's terrible. So I need to go to an actual barber to cut my hair properly. Because otherwise it doesn't it doesn't work, because the freaking hair is just gonna stand out. It's weird. The rents never change. Hopefully not. 4K rents, no, not 4K. The camera is 1080p. It's always gonna be 1080p. I think streaming is gonna stay on 1080p until you know, not all streaming, but just, you know, small streamers are always gonna be at 1080p. I actually have the camera in front of me. I don't have the lens. It has a lens, but it's a filming lens, and I need to get a lens. It's this thing. It's a camera, and I'm getting the lens soon. I need to learn how to use the camera, because this is good for photos as well. And then I'll have to get a tripod or something. I'm not really sure how that's gonna work, but it's gonna take like a couple of months until I have it all figured out, because I also have to have an HDMI receiver for the camera. Actually, I haven't tested it yet to see if it, because I can test it with my capture camera. I need to test it if it sends a clean signal. I think it does. The thing that I will change is that frame. The thing that I would change is that frame you have from a square to a circle. That's actually difficult. I don't know how to do that. It has to be a square, because I don't know how to do the... There's probably ways to do it, but I think I looked into having like a wedge cut out of my of one of the things and all that, like a wedge over here, just cut. I was thinking about that, but it's really difficult because OBS, you know, it's just you need to figure out how to use that for at least the next 5 years or so. For at least the next 5 years or so, once the tech catches up, then all the pros will be streaming in 16K. No, that's the problem is the bit rate. It's just brutal, and the encoding and all that. And the tech is not catching up. Like it's not becoming any easier to do things. It's just, you know, it's not getting any easier for the same amount of money to do the same things. At least not in the same way that they were, like, 10 years ago, for example. It's just, you know, more people will have more expensive things, for sure, but... even 1080p, I shouldn't be streaming at 1080p. I shouldn't be. I should be streaming... Or, because I'm streaming at 1080p 60 frames, I should be either streaming at 720 60 frames or at 1080p 30. But 1080p 30 is kind of pants, so I should be really streaming at 720. A lot of people stream at 720, and it's perfectly acceptable. Because it's the bitrate that matters. I wonder what resolution human eyes see. We see at... I think it's the central 2 degrees are where we... the central 2... No, it's degrees or angle? What's the... The central 2 degrees of our vision have... a vision equivalent to a 4K screen at 50 centimeters. But the rest of the eyes don't see as good. So it's really difficult. It's estimated. Our eyes don't work like that. Our brains do half the seeing as well. So that's the other thing. It's not our eyes that see, it's our brain. Anyway. Let's do another DLC. Because we're going to do the Lonesome Road. Is that the one? I do have my doubts, though. I can't see clearly 2 meters in front of me. Yeah, well, if our eyes are knackered, they're, So I can go at any time. It's like a portal. It's a portal home. Beam me home, Scotty, sort of thing. Huh. Well, we're back to the Mojave. It's midnight, most likely. And we have a bunch of missions. We don't have a bunch of missions, but we have the same missions as before. We also have this thing over here. Canyon Wreckage. The last DLC. I don't know what the name of the DLC is. Oh, doggies. Yeah, murder. Courier 6. Oh, was that written there? You can go home, Courier. The Divide. Lonesome Road. I think we have a radio broadcast for this.
Welcome back, lady.
No, we do not. Let's go. The coordinates you received lead you to this canyon filled with storm-tossed wreckage. Beyond lies the Divide. Lonesome Road is intended for experienced couriers, level 25 or higher. You cannot take companions with you on the road ahead, nor bring any you find out with you. You can carry whatever equipment and gear you have with you without restrictions. However, if the journey proves too difficult, or you need to resupply, you can retrace your steps and return to the Mojave at any time. If you are prepared, then continue on into the storms of the Divide. History awaits. Here we go. Let's do it. My arm doesn't move, it's my brain. No, it's like what renders your video game graphics? Is it your graphics card or is it your monitor? Pass to Canyon Wreckage. The reunion has been completed. I can come up here. There's rocks falling. This is what they were talking about. The land being wounded and the NCR not being capable of getting past very easily. Wow. Wow. There's also this. Is this an optional area? It's just a plastic skeleton. That's cool, though. That's really cool. Just a car. There's other passages, but I don't think we're meant to go there. There's more rocks falling from above. Hopefield Silo Bunker. Hopefield Ballistics Center. Oh, there's the courier. We can travel to there. I just want to look at this, because I'm not sure we're going to be up there. That was a city. And it's all fractured. Huh. I mean, the land up close isn't any better. I don't know what that says. The mark of the old world. Read this with a rugged voice. The mark of the old world. Does he actually say that? Did I see the thing on the left, Ghostface? I think I did see it. Get ready for ridiculous, gravel-sounding monologues. I went in as a level 7 pub. I got out as a man with hair on my chest. Level 7 pub? What does that mean? You can go home, courier. That opened by itself. Programmer's Digest. Silo blast door controls. It's just the doors. This console controls access to the silo itself, but it is encrypted beyond your ability to hack. You will need to find something that can break the encryption in order to proceed. Also known as the encryption key. Or potentially something else. This door is locked and needs electricity before opening. Well. Unlock maintenance access door. Unlocked. Maintenance access status. Unlocked. Status log. Main power offline. Emergency power standby. Maintenance level report. A lot of it is inactive. Level 1, 2, and 3. That one is still locked. I don't know what that is. What's going on in here? There's an arc welder. Breathing mask. Are we gonna need to use that? I don't think so. Duffel bag. Ooh. Steam packs expired. Nuka-Cola quartz. Ralphie. Find all of the Ralphie... What? No, I'm not gonna find them. Oh. That's Ralphie. We saw one of those posters before, I think. Yes, most of it. This looks to me like the Rickenbacker from SS2. SS2, are you talking about Silent Storm? No, Silent Storm is S2. I don't know what you're referring to. I don't know what SS2 is. Bot pod status. Locked. Maintenance department log. Offline. All the things. Commissary note. Attention all base personnel. The automated commissary system has been locked down until further notice. It turns out that the, quote, counterfeit-proof, unquote, pay chits we have been issuing to you are exactly the same size and shape as ordinary bottle caps. Until we can correct the problem, you'll have to make your purchase the old-fashioned way. Sergeant Lensky. Attention all base personnel, this is just a reminder that all base commissary terminals draw from the same central depository. Please do not waste your time or the technicians' by running from commissary to commissary. You won't get any more whiskey than you did from the first one. Let's open it. Why'd you do that?
Ralphie! Fly far, fly fast!
Eddie? What are you doing here? That's not Eddie, is it? This silo must have some pretty advanced engineering facilities to remote scan you and build copies. Slow down, slow down. What do you mean you're not the Eddie I know? I think I could use your help getting out of here. Can you come with me?
Experiment log 369248/B. I bought Dura.
System Shock 2, right.
Override system. This is Dr. Whitley presiding. We've boosted signal gain and enlarged the overflow buffer system. That should ensure 100% connectivity and control. Eddie, whenever you're ready. Yes, success. Reporting full success on 369248/B. Eddie was able to interface with and override the test panel in under 3 seconds. Great job, team. Now let's start on the proposal for the full rollout.
That's a recording from your development. Are you saying you can override electronic security? Also, this is all Enclave. Is it Enclave? Does that make sense? Because the test silo. So the Enclave had missiles? Or is it government? Oh, wait a minute. Huh, I don't know. Yeah, that's a recording from your development. Are you saying you can override electronic security? Only panels with a dish-shaped receiver. Right, the console in the main room had one of those, I think. Was that the voice of your creator? What happened to him? Maybe you'll see him again someday. Ah, well, I'm sure he's fine. Wherever he is. Alright, let's keep moving. Is he actually Eddie? Use Eddie to break the encryption on the blast door terminal, yes. He doesn't have my loot. So, he's not Eddie. So, a dish-shaped receiver. It's kind of funny because dishes can literally have any shape. Well, not any shape, but many, many different shapes. I think it's a satellite dish. What? Have Eddie access the commissary for you. Yeah, what? Oh, he did it. Did you do it? Oh, this thing. He's doing it. He's messing with these things. I opened the door without him, though. What the hell was that? Welcome to the United States Armed Services Joint Automated Commissary and Repair Station, also known as USAS. Please input your selection below. Let's see, repair interface. Hopefully it does cost money. I don't want it then. Commissary. Oh, it's a sellable thingy. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna sell all of my energy ammo, because I have no need for that. I'm also gonna sell a couple of... No, just the one doctor's bags. What I really need to sell is all of the buff out that I have zero need for, and the 78 mentats. Let's sell a lot of that. That's pretty good. Okay, that's gonna take care of my inventory weight. So the commissary is just a trader and a repairer. Okay, so we didn't open this yet. No, because it requires a key. Just like any other lock. Except this one cannot be picked. Silo blast doors controls. Use the controls as lever to restore power to the silo. You didn't have to tell me that. What? Oh. Is that a... Well, that's an ICBM, isn't it? Intercontinental ballistic missile. Eddie. That's an impressive multi-tool suite you've got. I bet I could make all sorts of stuff with that. It's a magic vendor, yeah. Hey, is that an Armco portable reloading bench built into you? That'll be handy. Yeah. That's it. You always say the same thing. So, let's go to the reactor. Eddie, don't look. iBot upgrade circuit board. You found a module on this broken iBot that can upgrade Eddie. Installing this means... Sorry. Installing this module grants you the first rank of camaraderie perk, allowing Eddie to repair your currently equipped weapon once per day. For free, hopefully. This perk is accessed through Eddie's dialogue. If you find more upgrade modules, you can unlock further ranks of this perk. When you return to the Mojave, these upgrades will carry over to the original Eddie as well. That's really nice. Eddie. Can you repair my weapon? And he does it for free. Okay. That's real good then. Oh, we're here in the silo. What? I know. Man. What about this one? Level 3. Let's do it. So, another... Easy. Unlock hydraulics access door. Why do you show me the status? Why did you program it like that? Isn't that weird? I think this is the material for the repair kits. Yeah, I think it is. Let's go into here then. I think we're going up. So let's go down. Oh. This might be a problem. Well, it's a rocket, alright. With a toolbox with nails in it. Nails? Do we see nails in the rest of the game? Because there were 9 nails in there. Purified water. I might need that, actually. I haven't drank in a long... Wait. Oh, yeah, these are just burden books. I haven't drank in a while. Okay, that's where we were already. There's a door here. The blocked things that don't matter. Actually, this one might matter. Stimpaks. Oh, yeah. This is good loot. This DLC is a lot better already than Old World Blues in terms of loot. You know, it makes me... Oh?
Dr. Grant? What the hell do you think you're doing?
Whitley. There you are.
No.
Orders from Colonel Autumn. He feels the iBot Duraframe project isn't advancing quickly enough. I'm to...
You didn't even disengage his damage avoidance protocols. You're hurting him.
Don't be ridiculous. It's just a machine. See here. I've already increased the navigation system's efficiency by 65%.
Get the hell out of here!
Fine, Whitley. It's your lab. At least until I tell the Colonel about this.
So Colonel Autumn. What a silly name. He's a character from Fallout 3. He was part of the Enclave. I don't remember exactly the details. It's the you again kind of guy. Not kind of guy, the you again guy. So, definitely Enclave. It sounds like Dr. Wheatley really cared about you. Ralphie? Who? You're still not making sense, Eddie. Dr. Grant sounds like a war crime waiting to happen. Yep. You don't have to tell me. I would have beat the crap out of her. Whoa, do you kiss your mother with that mouth? That's a terrible story, Eddie. But we should be moving. It's not a terrible story. It's a bad story. I mean, it's not a bad story. It's a bad situation. It's a story about a bad situation. What? What are you talking about? Did you detect enemies or something? Okay. Where did we never found the other robot? Easy. Colonel Sanders is better. I don't know. I don't know who Colonel Sanders is. Deactivate second level robot security. That's it. That was just it. What? Was that the other robot? No, that was just robots. Don't worry. I'm not going to deactivate you right now. There's a bunch of scrap. Collapse. What? Collapse progress. Slides inward. Slides inward. Fully collapsed. Reload procedure. Slides forward. Folds down. Ammo inserted here. What is that for? Is that a missile thing? Let's move on then. Colonel Sanders. Oh, KFC, of course. Dead marked men. I say marked. You say marked, but marked men Ravager. They're skinned. They're flailed. Or whatever. Oh, they're Legion? They have Denari. What? No. Look at Aradesh there in the money. That's NCR money, obviously. They're just carrying normal money. Oh, look at that. Red Glare rocket launcher. It is. It is a rocket. And the sentry bots, they don't really have anything. Did I? Oh, I didn't. What? H&H Tools nail gun. Oh, there's enemies. Yeah, you're gonna handle them. Oh, well, let's save that. You do die, because I'm playing on hardcore mode. So, radiation. There's a Mark IV turret here. This terminal is damaged. Repair it. What is it for? Hack security turrets. First level security status. Security compromised. I like the sound of that. Okay, the radiation might be from the nuclear warhead. It looks like that might very well be the case. There's something here to... Oh, it's the Bowie knife. Nah, I don't need that. Something here that's worth money. What is? What is it? You're complaining about the robots again? Oh, this. Hack. The mainframe. Oh, wait. The mainframe is locked down with a secure military-grade encryption. You'll need to find the security code for... the security codes and upload them to Eddie to gain access to the mainframe. Well, the security codes aren't back here. So, bad news. Did they try to break the window? No, I don't know. You missed the locked table. Yeah, I'm moving around a bunch, don't worry. I still have some in my head, there's another arc welder in here. Arc welders are just tools, I think. There's dog meat. Oh yeah, dog meat, right. I was gonna say, is that a new item? No, I just rarely kill dogs, if ever. Oh, this goes up. Okay, can't do that though. Security. Hi. Yeah. Don't taunt them. Ballistic defense mission. I was saying at the end of the last DLC that talking about the themes of Fallout and all that, but these are the people responsible for Fallout in the first place. The ones that killed the world. 10mm pistol, a base commander desk, some vodka and a silo network. That's the one. General Martin Retzlaff. U.S. Army General outfit. For extra 10 speech and a little bit of guns. I can't get that above 100, so it doesn't matter. I have those both at 100. I need to use Eddie to unlock. Eddie, do I need to use you, or do you use yourself immediately? Let's see. Come on. What are you doing? Come back in here. You know the drill. I didn't even click on it. That seems a little violent. You can now access the silo's mainframe. What would you like to do? Open the silo's bunker doors? Oh. Why? This is bad. It's real bad. You guys are pathetic. But it's a good thing I hacked the turrets. They throw missiles at me and it's pretty bad. I just wanted to see the doors opening. Is that too difficult? Too much to ask? My god. Also, I saw you locked and I figured I had to come over here. So what are these marked men? There's a lot of them. Is the mark that number plate? That is a number plate. Huh. They didn't kill the world. They are still a lot of people alive, including you. You know what I mean. When you say world, you mean, you know, the world. Not everyone. And also that I wasn't born at the time, so I don't count for that. Level 1. I didn't get in here. Oh, wait. Military shipping crate. Oh, that's actually pretty decent. Plasma grenades, those are pretty decent as well. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is proper loot. This is really good loot. I mean, admittedly, it is the last DLC that you're supposed to play. So I don't know. Did I do a bad thing in playing Old World Blues? Second to last? I don't think I did. Because it is supposed to be played like I did. There's some lockers over there. And I'm getting stuck. Yeah. U.S. Army combat armor. That's cool. They add survival, but not survival doesn't mean you last longer. It means you know how to cook. It's a weird name for a skill. What? What are you talking about? You play them in the right order. I think so, Ari. I think so. That's fine. I don't know what you want, Eddie. You can go home, courier. Hopeville.
There's your signal. Faint, but there. You came. Good. Curious, maybe. You walked the Mojave without a flag on your back. That'll end soon. Can't walk the long 15 and not have a nation's shadow fall on you. Maybe you just need to be tested. Or you believe in nothing. We'll see.
How are you speaking through Eddie?
The robot with you. All of them are machines. Radios. Old world tech reshaped with new hands. Historians. Couriers carrying messages. Seen them as I've walked the divide, tending other machines. That one. Sealed inside the Hopeville silo. Sign America is waking up. It will follow you, obey you, carry it until we are face to face. then there'll be no more need for it to carry my words.
Oh, so it's just a way for you to taunt to taunt me. What is this place?
The Divide. This place is a slice of it. Old military. Can still smell the pride and the fear. Hope of the old world, wrapped in fencing, covered in storm. Got new inhabitants now, other than ghosts. More recent. Recruits.
Area looks like it was hit with earthquakes or underground detonations.
America sleeps in the Divide. Giants beneath the earth. You saw one locked in the silo beneath you.
I think you said that before, Harry. I remember.
Only takes a few of them, locked below ground, to tear apart the earth and cast dust, sand, ash into the skies above. You'll see the extent, the miles of it, soon enough. You need to see it. Walk it. For now, eyes alert. Watch the streets below. There's still life in the Divide. Threats, other than the storms and wind. New inhabitants.
Inhabitants? It doesn't look like anyone's alive down there.
These new inhabitants, not natives, most of them, came with duty, purpose, ready to kill each other. The Divide was stronger. Left marks on them too. Not bear, not bull. Now, radiations mark them, made them equal in history's eyes. As vicious as the storms are, these shadows of Legion, of NCR, silhouettes of things to come.
Yeah, that's why they had different types of money when they all were marked. Are they fighting each other, though, I wonder? Because if they're all the same... Are those bodies I saw in the... Those the bodies I saw in the silo? The soldiers that look like they have been flayed?
If you saw their corpses, you saw mercy. Got what they deserved, coming to the Divide. The bear and bull. NCR Legion. Came in waves, before and after. Right into the invisible fires. The wind, ground, collapsing beneath them. Once under different flags. Now they are equal in their hatred of the trespassers. You and I.
Yeah, but even radiation isn't enough to cause those wounds.
Even as the fires here burned them from within, the winds of the Divide tore their skin, exposed them, screaming to the sky. And just as the Divide tears at them, so they tear at each other, for sport, like some tribal scarification. Falling back to their history, maybe. No matter what they suffer, the radiation, fire of the Divide sustains them, makes them stronger.
If they become ghouls, the radiation would strengthen them, heal their wounds, not the scars.
There's truth in your words. In what I've seen of their tactics, movements, recovery. Those wounds, they couldn't live otherwise. The Divide winds have torn the skin from many of them. Maybe the radiation is the only thing keeping them walking. They camp near silos, warheads. No way to cleanse the radiation. Makes them hard to kill there. Have to draw them out.
Maybe you better tell me who you are and what you want.
I'm a courier. Courier 6. Was Courier 6. Like you. And not like you. In all the ways that matter. Spent too many years looking for you. Now letting you come to me. Thought carrying that ship would end you. No. You got lives in you. Hard to kill.
No, easy. Easy to kill.
Sand and wind. Yet still you walk. For now.
We've never spoken before. I don't remember your voice.
Words are the only way couriers meet. Sometimes it's the paths we walk. But no, we've never spoken before now. You may not know my voice, but we've walked the same places. The long 15 to Prim. That wasn't the only road you ever walked. I've been to your home, the place you kept returning to. May not be the place you were born, was the place you gave life to. Same thing.
Which one is that?
People forget couriers can keep communities alive until the day they're gone and their breath catches in their throat.
And covered all 6 references to the past. What? Did I? Okay. I think it's because I did all the things that he's referring to. Yeah, we keep mentioning. This is the courier. We keep seeing references to him. So you're the one who sent the radio messages, Ulysses.
Not my given name. Close enough. Took it from history. Found it in a book. It's an old world name. Ulysses lived a long time ago. Long before the old world set fire to itself. He made a mark without being myth. Had to fight during a time when his world had 2 flags, and he had to make them one.
Ulysses, not the myth. You're honoring history, not stories. Oh, there's a lot of them over here. I don't think I want to go with the intelligence one. I want to look it up. I want to see who the hell Ulysses was. The Ulysses is from Homer? Ulysses. Is that from Homer? Let's see. Odysseus, that's the one. That's why his name is weird. It is Homer, yeah, Iliad. Both of them, actually. Wait. Yeah, Odyssey and the Iliad, right? They're both about him. Yeah, I actually don't know about that because I never read. Ulysses S Grant. He's referring to... Wait, is the game actually making the distinction here? Oh, that's a shame. Ah, that's a shame. That's a real shame. We have... there's reason to believe that the person... It's a real shame. There's reason to believe that the person from the Odyssey and from the Iliad was an actual person. Obviously, the made-up stories about... this isn't the one where he goes to the underworld. That's the other one. I forget the name of. Actually, I was just trying to see what the... Yeah, this is from Troy and whatnot. Yeah. It's the one where he kills a bunch of people and fights a bunch of people. That's Heracles, right. Heracles... Am I mistaken? Is Heracles the one that we believe, or we historians believe there might be a person based on Heracles? No, Ulysses. Ulysses is the one that we think... There's reason to believe, basically, that it might have been based on a real-life person. Obviously not the stories, but I just... It's Ulysses S. Grant, as you were referring to. Is that the one with the... Is that about Civil War? Let me see. Ulysses S. Grant. American military leader who served as the 18th President of the United States from 1869 to 1877. Grant was an effective civil rights executive who created the Justice Department and worked with the radical Republicans during Reconstruction to protect African Americans. The Radical Republicans, was that actually the name of the... Yeah, it was the name of the party. Or a faction of American politics. Oh, it was a part of the Republican Party. Right. It's weird because he worked with them. What does that even mean? It's because he worked with them as a general? Huh, or a military leader anyway. I'm looking at my phone, by the way, if you're wondering what the hell is going on. He was admitted to West Point, graduated... Okay, that's just his early life. We got... Oh, after he retired, he became the first president to circumnavigate the world on his tour, meeting... Oh, that's... that's a... Why, like, this is from the 1800s. Is it actually 1800s? Yeah, 1800s. You could have circumnavigated... Why didn't the earlier president circumnavigate the world? Or did he do it as a president? Because that seems like a waste of time. I mean... I could have made jokes, but I'm not gonna. Yeah, he's the one. Was he the one to abolish slavery? No. When was that? When was the abolishment of slavery? 1890? Was it? It might have been him. Let's see. Raised in Ohio. A war hero. Because it would be the Civil War, right? Well, I don't know the timeline. If you follow the dialogue lines, the game explains itself. It does. I know. But the game explains itself when the game said... Disturbed... Thank you for the follow, by the way. I didn't say anything. I missed the notification. When the game said the myth, not the or rather the history, not the legend, he specifically said that. In my head, I just went to, oh, he's referring to the real life person that inspired the Odyssey and the Iliad, which would have been an interesting take, but it obviously wouldn't make necessarily any thematic sense for the themes of Fallout. Oh, he was the one that started the Great Seal War. Or that, didn't start it, but finished it. Is the Trail of Tears his... Is that what he's remembered for, the Trail of Tears? Okay. Trail of Tears. No, that's earlier. Yeah, I don't know enough about American history to know any of this. It feels very niche to write about like such a specific American president. Also, I should look up the Civil War. American Civil War. 1861 and 1865. So he was in the aftermath of the Civil War, and he probably was a war hero because of the Civil War. There we go. I am now smarter by having done a quick Google search. Burps. Forget your name. Back to the job you refused. You chose Ulysses because of the Two Flags reference. Is that tied to the war in the Mojave? And to the Civil War of Ulysses S Grant, potentially?
War. Call it that. Our part in it. Ulysses wasn't made for the flag he followed. He wasn't made for peace. That's the lesson. If you follow a symbol to the end, ask yourself what that means. More important, ask what happens after the end.
Ulysses, not the myth. You're honoring history, not stories. That line right there, it means you're honoring the United States history, not the stories of ancient Greece. Because, it's all history. It's just not historical. It's actually capital H history as well. It should be capital H history. Because I think that's how you denote it. The recorded history of mankind. That's what history is. Because if it is not recorded, it is prehistory. That's what defines prehistory.
History. Yes. Ulysses walked a hard road. A general, like Caesar and Oliver. He was brown and stubborn, gave him strength on the battlefield. He led his side to victory, turned 2 flags into one. That's when he lost. When the fighting was done, the sickness took hold. Lesson there. If history is to be believed, one you should heed.
I'm not sure what he's referring to about sickness too cold, because he was a president after fighting, after retirement, basically. Is that what he's referring to? Becoming a president was the sickness. Maybe playing politics or whatever. Although, being a war general is playing politics. It's just... I don't know what his angle is right now. You brought me here to talk. If you wanted to kill me, you'd have waited until I came for the chip.
No, I couldn't. And I'm thinking you can't kill me either. If you did, you'd answer for it, just as I would. Let the land do the killing for you. That's one of the things you taught me. Killing is personal. Those vows, promises, last bits more important to me than the first.
Wait, so you swore not to kill me? Why?
What kind of world would this be if courier killed courier? You've got enough distance ahead of you. Save your breath for the road. Don't waste it on words.
Forget your name. Back to the job you refused.
All right, courier. If the why of it matters to you.
You were supposed to carry the chip?
Meant to? No. Never. You're a burden. Weigh you down long enough to let death catch up to you. But you survived. There was death in that package. And while the chip is important to old world ghosts, no. You are more dangerous than that chip ever could be. Maybe why you found each other. Little piece of the old world speaking to you, waiting for you to wake something else up with it.
You were meant to carry that chip? I could say that line again. You were meant to carry that chip? In that way, it makes more sense, because I think the line... The original line doesn't make sense. So you refused to deliver the chip. What, to set me up to die?
We all have death following us. Only a question of how close. You dodged it. For a time.
I died so many times.
You're good at that. Talent for it. With that chip weighing you down. A burden. Let's death move a little faster without me pulling the trigger.
If you wanted me dead, why did you wait?
Promises to keep to others. And the Mojave's dangerous enough left to the land. The land has its way. If I wanted you dead, we would have met sooner. Not sure that's the way this ends. Might be that history needs to have its say. If not, then messages will do.
Enough talking. You went to a lot of trouble to lure me here, so let's get on with this.
America sleeps ahead of you. Its nightmares filled with quakes, storms. You'll need to find your own path. That means waking America's spears up from their slumber. There's ways. Warheads set off collapse. Warheads could open the gates again. You're resourceful. That machine, robot with you, can help you find the warheads you need to destroy. And their trigger, the detonator. The way ahead is below. The tools are there. The rest, up to you.
If we share history, then before going forward, I want to know the past.
Who who do not know your history. You came all this way for answers.
I know that reference.
Only currency I have. Nothing else to be gained. Could turn around, walk away at any time. If history matters to you, you'll need to earn it. Any laws of mine, I have already...
Who are you who do not know your history?
They're lost to you. For now, find the trigger for the warheads buried in Hopeville. Use it to keep moving and keep alive.
Yeah, I know how the DLC works. I know that reference. It's a quote from Latin, and it's not correctly translated. Although I'm not sure how better to translate it. English doesn't carry the meaning. I think it means, who are you anyway if you don't know your history, or who if it's it's not correctly translated. It's who are you if you don't know your history. Man, I can't find a... Star Wars? No, what the hell? Who wrote that? What is that? Tazzy, welcome back. From playing Halo. Quotes from fictional characters that made you stop and think... Whose quote is that? That's what I'm thinking. That's what's made me stop. Is the freaking who did that? I don't know. Edmund Burke. No, that's a different quote. I don't know. He did air quotes though. The robot did. I'm not planning to go into the divide after you.
No courier would go to the divide, but you will. And that's what sets us apart. We walk roads no other courier will walk. And for you, you'll want to see your home one last time. See what happened. You're curious. You walk, leave ruin in your path. You can't leave alone. Still, the choice is yours. What I offer is the last I offer you. I don't care if you walk the divide. Turn, walk the Mojave, fight beneath the flags. But you will wonder. If you don't, the divide will come to you and the Mojave. That will be my message to you, like the message you had for me.
It's kind of funny because I could save the game here, do the whole DLC, go through all the things, and then at the very end I could reload, and then go and not ever I could render this whole dialogue completely meaningless. Because, no, I'm not curious. I paid for a game and I'm seeing what the game has to do for me. It's the worst justification. It's the worst thing actually. To justify, to give your characters justification to move on as because you paid for the game. That is the worst thing. You should, like, whenever you make an RPG, you always need to be very careful about why your character is moving forward, why your character is going to the places that they're going. And the reason for that is because that shapes your character, and that changes your motivations, that changes how you're gonna see the world and make the choices you're gonna make. And sometimes the games are very specific with the choices that you make, or rather with the motivations for you. Like, for example, Fallout always is very specific. You need to save your village, or you need to save your vault, or you need to get revenge, like in this game. But there are other games where that motivation is very flimsy, or can easily be broken. Like, for example, Baldur's Gate 2, I always reference it because it doesn't have a very strong motivation. Certainly not as strong as the first game, where in the first game, in Baldur's Gate 1, your motivation is because this person wants to kill me. In Baldur's Gate 2 is because this character has been kidnapped. And so, like, you can make a character that doesn't care about that character. So it's not You know, obviously you can also make a character that doesn't care about revenge. But you can also, you know, a character that doesn't care about revenge in Fallout New Vegas can still go and talk to Benny and just be like, hey, no, I just wanted to talk, you know, just, you know, because it still makes some sense. But here, it's just literally because you want to see what this DLC has to offer, and that is a bad justification. Fine, I'll find this trigger, then I'll come find you.
The Divide will send its worst.
See you later, Harry. Thank you for showing up.
May break you. We'll see if you're stronger. Road gets rougher from
Will there be
left marks.
Will there be a Sunday stream? No, there won't.
Way if you're smart. They'll lead you to your home one more time. Lead to the ending of it. Maybe remind you why you wander.
Well, that was the mission. The silo. It's also nighttime. So, the job. I really don't think we're gonna go to that place with full of bad things. But look at the wind. America's bright future in your hands. I think that's what was above. Oh, look at the warheads. Eddie, you're gonna help me? Because now I'm gonna explore this whole place. I wonder if this is the continuation of the road that that we basically set on when we go through that little place at the beginning. Couriers marked this place. Why? There's a lot of locations up ahead. The couriers marked this place as well. Hopeville missile base loading with some jet and a toolbox with nails. I hear something in there. I'm not sure what it is. It's a radio, obviously. Is it in there? There's a lot of these things. Military shipping crates. It's ammo. Huh. Eddie, don't set the mines off. There's a lot of mines back here. And a plastic skeleton. Oh. I don't know what's going on back there. Eddie's carrying all the crates. I think we can go down there. Let's not do that. It's really hard to see. Little bit of radiation. Hopeville Missile Base West. Oh, vending machine. Actually might need that. I really don't remember how I feel about this particular DLC. I don't remember what I did. I remember having some... I remember it being very combat heavy. But in a better way than Old World Blues is combat heavy. As in, this one makes sense. Old World Blues is just a bunch of enemies that really shouldn't be there. But this sort of... Yeah, that's what it is. There's a bunch of exploration for no reason. Oh. What the hell? Eddie? Why are you on fire? Eddie? What? Excuse me? I don't see any... Nobody says anything. I don't see them. There you are. Oh, now you say something. Excuse me. What the hell's that? I'm also on fire a little. Oh, they're ghouls. They sound like ghouls. Are they here? Oh, hi. This is their headquarters. Oh, this is how you get up here. Right. The radio is still... Is it up there? It is. A vending machine. And a plastic skeleton. This is... Oh. You had a spear? Yep. Thermic lens. I don't know if that's... Eddie, you suck at fighting, man. You suck at fighting. My God. Okay. What does this place have for us? Besides the plastic skeletons. And the red paint. Jesus Christ. The DLCs are worse than the main game on that. It's so obvious that they're worse than the main game. There's a commissary in here. Didn't expect to find them in here. There's an autodoc as well. This autodoc is capable of performing a thorough physical exam and curing the patient of all common ailments, radiation sickness, lacerations, broken bones, even chemical addictions. It's a dental cleaning, just like the others. Eddie, do that. We have a desk over here. Tales of Chivalry. And pre-war money. Which makes a lot of sense, because this probably was never inhabited by wasteland people. There's still some red paint in here, though. Yeah, it's red paint. It can't be blood, because it doesn't make any sense for it to be blood. Huh. Then again, nothing. I thought there was an upper level. Bunch of drugs. There's some... The soundtrack is like filled with little noises. It's like a... Hopeville Armory access codes. I'll do that. Was that where the quest marker was pointing? I don't think so. I'm actually not following the quest markers. I try to avoid looking at them because it's just a lot better to follow, to not use them until you know what you're until you know that you need to find something that you're looking for. That said, what? Seriously, what is it? I was gonna say, that said, if I find myself in a place where I can't find what I need to do, the quest markers are there to help me. There's also an enemy in there. Don't let's not mess with them. Eddie, you're messing with... Oh, okay. What I was also... Oh, there you are. Absolutely never gonna find them all. Why would I even, like... What kind of game do you think this is? GTA? Bethesda thinks it's GTA. I found the headquarters in here. Yeah, base headquarters. Oh, that's what that is. It's base HQ. That's what headquarters is. It's HQ. I know, Eddie. Drugs and whatnot. Hello. Hello. Yes, you are now dead. On account of you having shot me. I think this is the way forward. I don't see anything, though. It's such an oppressive area. We found the marked men camp. Oh, man. Oh, this is bad news. Nowhere! What the hell? I think that's somebody up top. Dead, says over there. No, I think there's somebody up top doing... Yeah, oh, yeah, it is. Please go away. Oh, look! It's the red glare. Oh, man, it's too heavy. Is this what I need for... Is that what we saw? Red glare, red glare. Right. No, it's a rocket. Oh, man. It's way too heavy. I don't need that. That's stupid. I don't need it. Oh, the detonator, though. You have found the laser detonator Ulysses spoke of. A piece of pre-war tech that can detonate nuclear warheads scattered around the loathsome road. You can use it to open new paths, kill your enemies from afar, or even discover secret loot caches. Just point it at a warhead, hold down the trigger, and watch the explosion. If what Ulysses said is true, you'll need this to advance, which means there must be a warhead blocking the way forward. You'll need to find the correct warhead to detonate. You mean all of the warheads to detonate. That is a much better job than finding stupid posters, like in... Anyway, where's the detonator? There it is. Number 4. It's going for number 4. Yes, we have the detonator. I don't like the sound of that. Hi. I might die. I'm looking for a warhead here. Wow, those things hit like a truck. I think Eddie might die as well. I'm gonna need to go down there. Eddie hasn't died yet. Okay. Oh, there is a warhead over there. That's how you deal with nuclear explosions, is you look directly at them and stand 30 meters away from them. Fun fact, nuclear bombs take a lot of energy, not energy, but, you know, work and people looking after them for them to continue working. In fact, all the nuclear powers in the world right now spend an enormous amount of money maintaining their nuclear power, as in not making more, but maintaining the nuclear weapons that they have. And it's not just a matter of safety, which it is, but it's also a matter of if they don't maintain them, they stop working. So it's not only dumb, it's also dumb, you know, the maintaining of their nuclear arsenal. So a nuclear weapon that had been a nuclear warhead that has just stood there for 200 years, especially under such drastic conditions as these, would never ever worked, ever. It would leak radiation most likely, but certainly wouldn't work if you did the required things to activate the fission or fusion or whatever. It's fission. So yeah, it wouldn't work. And also, even if it did, it's not, you don't set it on, you don't shoot it and it blows up, because it's not an explosive. It's a nuclear reaction. It's like a science experiment. You need to do the science experiment so that it explodes. Also, there's a lot of red paint back here. And sausages. The force lock mechanic is so pointless. It's incredible. So I fell from a high place. How do I go back? Also, I might as well go over here. Hey! I thought I had killed everybody. Join the mush. There we go. There's a place to sleep. This is much better than what I'm doing right now, because it's way too dark. Ah! Now it's way too hazy. Eddie's alive, though. That is the way forward, isn't it? Well, I'm not going to go there, because I remember seeing something back where we came from. My ears itch. Although we might have to go this way to go back where we came from. Oh, right. Hopeville Missile Base East entrance. Oh, yeah. Entrances are what I'm all about. Yeah, the bomb needed to be detonated because otherwise we wouldn't be able to get out of there, I think. Unlock. We could open this lock or just use the computer right next to it. That feels weird. Rocket canisters. Huh. And marked men. Those rocket canisters. It's breathing masks as well. I have a rebreather. I don't think I need the breathing mask. Those rocket canisters have the American flag on them. But I don't think all of them do. Yeah, you usually find rockets. I think the rocket canisters are just rockets. And if you want to use the red glare, then you have plenty of rockets to use it with. There's the thing. The radio. And yeah, this is the beginning. But I definitely saw... I mean, I might have seen that one that we shot. But I thought I saw one of them over here. There it is. Oh, it even has radiation. Well, it definitely clears that up. This is a little bit silly, isn't it? I mean, it's still not as silly as Fallout 3. But it is... Oh, plastic skeletons. It is a little bit silly. We just detonated a nuclear warhead next to a... you see the construction type of this barracks? Yeah, next to a house that was blocked by debris. So we assume the house is already in bad shape because it's got a bunch of debris, you know, right next to it. And what happened? Well, the debris went away. The house now can be explored. And where'd you get? And enemies spawn. You can't fool me. You spawned in here. Now you're mush. You spawned in here with your little miniguns, like Gatling lasers, that I'm sure are really, really good. Yeah, it's a little bit silly. So let me drink a little bit of water on account of all the bullets that I have. Anyway, we're about to end the stream. This DLC is promising. I remember liking the exploration, all things considered. But I don't know if Eddie is gonna talk to me a whole lot. That's why we've been in there. Where's Eddie? There you are. You didn't go in. That's a smart decision, all things considered. The winds of the divide. Anyway, that is going to be that for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had a good time. I will be streaming again in 3 days' time. 4 hours before now is when I start. And I will be playing Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I think we are about to finish the game. But maybe we're not. I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Stay safe. Bye-bye.